I'm John Walker. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. I'm your host, John Walker. Make sure to stay tuned throughout this episode because here in a little bit, we talk about the possibility of Northwest football happening as early as this fall. Last week, the MIAA released its football schedule for the fall of 2021, and it's the same schedule that Northwest was supposed to play this year, just pushed back. Notable matchups on the schedule include opening the season on the road against Fort Hays, a home opener in Week 2 against Lincoln, and a duel with Missouri Western in St. Joseph. This year's freshmen are coming in at a confusing time with the halt from the COVID-19 pandemic. Winter and spring sports are still on track with their off-season workouts, waiting for announcements about their upcoming seasons. Our reporter Chase Chambers caught up with a few Northwest baseball players to see how they're adjusting. Chase.
The Northwest baseball team heads back to the field with new faces after a short spring season. Freshmen Ben Jones and Phil Brenneman adapt to the transition from high school to college during this odd season.
I'd say the talent's just a lot better. Like, everyone's got talent and the competition's just another level higher than high school was.
I'd say it's the amount of practicing we have, because back in high school we'd practice a few times a week for only a couple hours, but here it's every day.
Early in high school, Ben strived to continue his baseball career to the next level.
I'd say around freshman year is when I kind of started to realize I could. I just had to keep working hard at it, so I'd say yeah.
The player set new personal goals to bond with the team during this off season.
Probably just say the memories of meeting new teammates and just having stories I can tell for the rest of my life and just being a part of something as a team.
I'm looking forward to making a bunch of memories with the guys and hopefully bringing home a conference championship.
These freshmen are excited to start the season with a new team atmosphere and see what the season has in store for them. Reporting for Bearcat Update, I'm Chase Chambers.
Thanks, Chase. We are going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're talking about the possible return for MIAA football this fall. You're watching Bearcat Update on KNWT, Channel 8. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. This past Saturday, there were developments of a return for MIAA football this fall. One in particular noted that there was a vote from the MIAA's athletic directors, which passed 10-2. However, the MIAA CEO Council vote was 5-5, with 2 of the member schools abstaining. And hours after those developments, Pitt State announced that it would be taking on Stephen F. Austin November 12th on the road. At the time that this was recorded, Northwest has not publicly commented on the situation or announced any formal games about what a season would look like. In Northwest SID, Colin McDonough said, quote, "I think every league and school is looking to return to something that resembles normalcy, be it football or any sport. But there is caution that needs to be had because the entire situation is fluid." Northwest Director of Athletics Andy Peterson noted on our last episode of Bearcat Update that the biggest thing that led to fall sports being modified was the testing requirements from the NCAA. With the newest developments in COVID-19 testing technology, those requirements might be easier to meet. What a possible slate of games might look like is uncertain, and Northwest doesn't start practicing until September 28th. And so for now, the return for Northwest football is left hanging in the balance. Also hanging in the balance are winter sports. A decision is expected to be made on them by October 1st. Last season, the women's basketball team ended its year before the pandemic brought everything to a standstill, and our reporter Dylan Johnson caught up with some of the players to see what it was like last season and their plans for the future. Dylan.
Last season in Kansas City, the women's basketball team earned a win in the MIAA tournament for the first time in 9 years.
For us, it was a big step for our program, and we won more games in league in the previous 6 or 7 years. We did a lot of things. Got a long way to go, but we did a lot of things going in the right direction.
On October 1st, a committee will decide if winter sports will continue, and possibly under what circumstances, like a limited fan base.
It's going to be different, especially with our fans, because we believe we have the best fans in the country, especially at the Division II level. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and if fans aren't allowed to come, hopefully they can watch online at home, and our kids still want to be out there competing.
With all the uncertainties of 2020, senior guard Kylie Coleman wants something to go back to normal.
Just getting back on the court, because there's so many unknowns right now. So if we just get one opportunity on the court, that's honestly just what we're looking forward to the most right now.
And a new season comes with new faces.
It was very hard. Losing our 2 seniors was very difficult with the great leaders that they were, but we're also very excited for the new people we have and all the experience that us seniors now have.
We talked a lot with our seniors, and they've done a great job being in the program for 3 years, improving every year and showing our younger kids how to work.
This being Coleman's final quarter of her career, she's ready to put all her hard work into full effect.
Ball handling, driving and stuff, just getting more than just my shooting. So hopefully I can put a whole bunch of things together and see what happens.
This is Dylan Johnson reporting for Bearcat Update.
Thanks, Dylan. Both basketball teams and indoor track and field are waiting the MIAA's announcement regarding the green or red light for winter sports. We're going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere. We got a new popular way of sports right here coming next on Bearcat Update. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. You remember when you were little and you were told to not sit in front of the screen? That's the very thing that became most popular sport during the COVID-19 pandemic. And to continue being safe and keeping social distance, people were jumping into the virtual world of esports. Esports have been making their way to Northwest in a process that has been years in the making. And our reporter J.D. Wessel spoke with the president of one of the newest clubs on campus to see the process and what's to come for the program. J.D.
The Northwest Esports program completed renovations to its brand new home on campus. The Tower View room on the 3rd floor of the Union is now the spot for everything gaming. I talked to president of the club, Vinny Sorrentino, and asked why he invested his time into esports.
Well, when I first got started in esports, it was actually back in high school. We had a small little gaming club on the high school campus. It wasn't nothing special, but just a few people getting together playing some games. But really got into it sophomore year of college here at Northwest, where me, Colin Siebert, Deontay Cade, Desmond Cox, and Derek Charlotte all started the group, and then it's now became what it is now.
Vice president of the club, Seth Bishop, suggested that even if you aren't the best gamer, esports can still be a home for you.
Well, we have a lot of different games, obviously, and we have so many players at this point where even if you're not the best player in the world, we have second teams, like B teams, where you can always play, so you don't have to feel left out.
Bishop is the captain of the competitive Counter-Strike team for Northwest and says he enjoys helping anyone improve their game. As for Brendan Masters, he talked about the league play coming up and this team's goal as a leader.
The plans for our leagues is just like get better, and it's not necessarily like to join this team you have to be really good. It's to join this team you have to want to get better.
Sorrentino talked about what the club's goals were for this upcoming season with the new rebrand of esports, which was previously known as Gaming Club.
Hopefully for us, I would really like to grow the community more and maybe reach out to the entire campus. It seems like a lot of it's still not really known that we have an esports team on campus. I'd like that to be different. Other than that, win some games.
The esports team will be preparing and practicing for competitions with schools all around the United States this season, but said they're still looking to expand the club with people who enjoy gaming and competition. This has been J.D. Wessel with the Bearcat Update. Back to you, John.
Thanks, JD. The Esports Club will host League of Legends, Rocket League, and Rainbow Six Siege matches throughout the week. That's going to wrap things up for this week's episode of Bearcat Update. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BearcatUpdate_8. You can catch all of our episodes on YouTube at KNWT Channel 8. Make sure to comment, drop a like, let us know what you want to see from us this semester. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. I'm John Walker. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. How we doing, guys? Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Bearcat Update. For last week's, make sure to check up here. And for all of our previous episodes, click down here. We'll see you next week.